Welcome to today's episode of Hatch Toyota Screwed Me, and I've got the proof. You know, you get to be 71, 72 years old. You do not suffer fools lightly. I do not like stupid people. I learned a long time ago, I do not get involved in a battle of wits with an unarmed person. And when there's petty functionaries that have a little bit of authority, they get it in their heads that they're right, or they think they can intimidate you. And even though you confront them with facts, that they just double down because you're not a mechanic. You don't work at a Toyota dealership. You can't possibly know what you're talking about. Well, you might remember some of the stuff I said after I got home Saturday. I was upset. I'm still kind of upset. And for good reason. Because I got proof and everything. I'm not hot dogging you, and I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, Cambot. Can you put that on still store? Okay, this is the repair order, work order, whatever they call it. Let me read. It says check engine light is on and cruise control is not working. Oh, you know what that is. Caused by aftermarket wiring is not ran to the proper amperage circuit. Was not ran. Was anyway. So I don't know what it has to do with it. I don't know what you know about electrical. I know quite a bit. I've done a lot of extra wiring to a lot of vehicles, starting in 1970 to a MG Midget. I added extra stuff too. I'll put a picture up of my beloved USS Enterprise motorcycle. That went from a stock XS11 to the fully customized, accessorized picture that you see. I added marker lights, tail lights, brake lights, radios. Yes, multiple radios, four-way flashers, special headlights, all kinds of stuff. And this was back in the day, long before the added circuit fuse taps. This is long when you didn't have the fuse box with the female spade terminal you could just plug in next to them, like GM and a lot of the other manufacturers used to do to make it easy to add stuff to your cars. Back then, you had to cut the wires, splice them manually. Never had a blown fuse, never had a problem. And that's if the car had a check engine light, I never saw it, especially not based on anything I did. So I know a little bit of what I'm talking about. But when I said the proper amperage circuit, well, as I scratched my nose because I'm puzzled, taking from what the kid said, he does not understand parallel circuits and series circuits. He was under the impression that when I plugged something in, I increased the load on that circuit, and that the fuse is what controls how much amperage goes through the circuit. No, the fuse is there to stop too much, but it doesn't control the amperage. That's the device. That's the load. That's what controls the amperage. Well, the way the add-a-tap circuits, see, they're not series. They don't add to the load. They're parallel. They have to be. It's the way they work, the way they plug in. Well, parallel can actually lower the load on a circuit. For him to say, well, you overloaded the circuit, to which I asked, well, then why didn't the fuse blow? Because that's what overload means anyway. So they said it was the Raptor lights that I had plugged into the ING circuit that's what caused. I remember they'd been in there for 3 months. And then they also said the cruise control was not set to a proper amperage. Now, I'm going to set this down for a second. The internet changes everything. You can't hide and make stuff up. Now, granted, there's a lot of crap on the internet, but here, Gambot, put this up on Still Store. I'm going to read the highlighted part. This is from the search page, the initial results search page. When you ask, can the check engine light cause the cruise control to fail? If the check engine light is on, it disables the cruise control. Well, that's number one. Number two, this is from Toyota Nation blog. The guy says, Toyota thinks that if there's an ECU code, which check engine light, then the all-wheel drive ABS and the cruise control should also be disabled. Toyota! And this pinhead at the dealership, this technician, not a mechanic, a parts replacer, doesn't know that Toyota disables the cruise control when the check engine light comes on. They'd already said, well, the oxygen sensor is bad. We don't have any. We got to order some. Well, they should have realized that. I mean, my little scan tool told me when the scan tool reset the codes and the check engine light was off, the cruise control was working. And a minute later, so it was obvious to me that there was nothing wrong with the cruise control. Pinheads. But let me finish here. Let's go back. If you highlight everything, you highlight nothing. So I've just cut out, we're doing a close-up. Note, electrical wiring will need to be separate from the TIPM module, the fuse box, not installed to the fuse box. Check engine light may come on in future due to aftermarket wiring installed. No repairs made at this time. You owe us $447. Well, you know what Hatch Toyota just did? They just flipped the middle finger to every Tacoma owner in the United States that dares add an electrical device to their Tacoma. Here's the deal, folks. And this, I know I got so many thousands of subscribers, thousands of page views. Some of you folks that are watching this, maybe you know some of these other heavy modifiers. Maybe you know, but people like the companies like Tacoma Lifestyle, Tacoma Beast, the companies that specialize in Tacoma aftermarket parts and the installation of them. Somebody needs to put pressure on Toyota and Hatch. I'm going to write a nasty letter to Toyota, plain and simple. And I'm going to include all this and tell them that they're wrong. But I don't do social media. I don't do face, butt, twatter, or Insta spam. People out there do. But if there was a hashtag of Hatch Toyota is wrong, and it started getting back to Toyota and back to the dealership, maybe something could happen. Maybe there'd be some satisfaction. But I'm going to tell you, I don't know what that satisfaction is going to be. And I'm gonna run a part 2 to this, because we get into 10 minutes, it gets a little long. So I'm going to run a part 2, giving you what the problem is and the problem of living up here and only having one Toyota dealership within an hour. It takes me over 2 hours to get to another one. So anyway, hashtag Hatch Toyota is wrong. Please spread the word. Please like the video, subscribe, all that neat stuff. But power to the people. Peace out. Have fun. Thanks for letting me vent. Oh, thanks for inviting me into your electronic device.